A little hatred. When a little hatred. When magic withdraws before the gears of industry. Part 1. Introduction. The Age of Madness begins. What happens when medieval magic clashes with the choking soot of steam engines and massive factories? Welcome back to the channel. Nearly 30 years after the world-shaking conclusion of the First Law trilogy, Joe Abercrombie takes us back to the Union. But it is no longer the world we once knew. In A Little Hatred. Swords are still drawn, but they now face a new kind of enemy, the fury of a working class impoverished by machines. This isn't just a fantasy novel, it is a gritty epic about change, greed, and the ghosts of the past. Today, we explore how the sons and daughters of legendary characters struggle to survive in what the world calls the Age of Madness. Let's dive in. Part 2. Summary. New generation, old agony. The story revolves around a fresh cast of characters, many of whom are the offspring of those we loved, or loathed, in the previous trilogy. 1. Savine Dan Glockter. The daughter of the infamous Sand Dan Glockter. She doesn't torture with knives, she tortures her rivals with money and ruthless contracts on the stock exchange. Savine is the most powerful woman in Adua, but she is about to learn a brutal lesson, that all the gold in the world means nothing when the gears of industry begin to grind society into dust. 2. Leo and Brock. A young, arrogant warrior hungering for glory on the battlefields of the North. Leo is the archetype of the old-fashioned hero. But in a world now turning toward gunpowder and complex political schemes, his reckless bravery might just be a recipe for disaster. 3. Orso Dan Luthar. The Crown Prince of the Union and son of King Jezal. He is a dissolute playboy, despised by the public and bored by his own privilege. However, beneath his mask of apathy lies a sensitive soul and a sharp mind, now forced to carry the weight of a kingdom on the brink of collapse. 4. Rika. The daughter of the dogman, possessed by the Long Eye, the terrifying ability to see glimpses of the future. She serves as our link to the dying embers of magic in a world increasingly dominated by cold iron and smoke. The plot explodes when the breakers, rebellious workers, begin to riot in industrial cities, coinciding with a massive invasion from the north led by the savage young king, Stour Nightfall. Part 3. Artistic highlights, the collision of old and new. Joe Abercrombie remains the undisputed master of ironic dialogue and the sudden reversal. The highlight of this book is his vivid depiction of the Industrial Revolution. The black smoke, the squalid slums, and the extreme divide between the elite and the starving poor create a grimdark setting that feels both alien and uncomfortably familiar. Magic is no longer at the center of the stage. It has retreated into the shadows, making room for the power of capital and artillery. But make no mistake, the shadow of Bias, the first of the Magi, still looms large, continuing to pull the world's strings from the dark. For long-time fans, seeing old characters return as weary parents adds a profound layer of nostalgia and weight to the narrative. Part 4. Reflection. Is a little hatred necessary? The deepest takeaway from A Little Hatred is that progress always comes with a devastating price tag. Machines allow for faster production, but they also strip away human dignity. The hatred in this book isn't just between nations, it is a visceral hatred between social classes. Abercrombie shows us that even as eras change, human mistakes remain the same. Those in power remain arrogant, and the oppressed, once they rise up, can become just as monstrous as the tyrants they seek to overthrow. A little hatred might be the spark for every revolution, but does it truly lead to a better future, or just a new cycle of suffering? Part 5. Conclusion. Brace for the madness. A Little Hatred is a perfect starting point for this new trilogy. It retains the blood and iron soul of the original series while breathing in a modern, even grittier atmosphere. It promises a storm-tossed journey in the 2 volumes to follow. Thank you for watching this review. Who is your favourite among this new generation? The ambitious Savine or the surprisingly deep Prince Orso? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to catch our reviews of the rest of the Age of Madness series. Goodbye for now, and remember, smoke may blind the eyes, but a blade always finds its mark.